Even though magic and witchcraft are considered two completely different things, they did sort of come from the same place, and I think this is the reason why you don't need to bring people into darkness by candlelight with a cauldron and a Ouija board and all these other strange items. It can be in broad daylight in the middle of a park with the simplest of objects. This is an old skeleton key. Yeah. I actually had a kid recently. You can take a look at it. When I told him if this was a skeleton key, he asked if behind the door it opened were a bunch of skeletons.
We're old enough. We know.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Well, many years ago, magicians, wizards, and witches would carry keys like this with them in case they were ever jailed for practicing witchcraft. Then they could use the skeleton key to escape.
Okay.
Obviously, that doesn't happen anymore. Take a look at it. Go ahead. But those of us still trained in the more ancient ways carry keys like this with us. I use it, though, not to open doors, but to open the minds of people around me. Go like this, Sarah, and hold on to the ends of my fingers. Okay, so actually, the other hand will be better, so that way you guys can see it. Hold it right there. Now, don't move my hand up and down. Just keep it from me, all right? Now, don't move my hand around. Just keep it from me, all right? And watch. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whomever knocks.
Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. Look, it's turning.
Stop. You say go whenever you want.
Oh my god. His fingers aren't moving. I'm holding them.
Pick it up slowly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You take a look. That's amazing. Slowly pick it up off my hand. Slowly. Boom. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
I'm trying to see if I can make it turn.
Yeah, and it actually, and I was holding onto his hand, so I know he didn't move his hand. The key actually rose up and turned over.
Once upon a time, in a small town called Glastonbury, there was a woman accused of practicing witchcraft. When she was brought before the magistrate, she took out 3 tarot cards, normally used for fortune-telling, and she explained that she used these 3 cards for a very strange game. The first card was the Wheel of Fortune, a card that brings great luck and prosperity. The second card was another Wheel of Fortune, and the final card was the Death card. And she explained to the magistrate that we'd all like to take a ride on the Wheel of Fortune before we die, but sometimes it's just not in the cards for us. She spread them out, asking him to choose one. Figuring he had a 1 in 3 chance, he just chose the bottom card. And he chose Death. He then said, I don't want to keep Death, I want to change my mind to one of the other 2 cards. And I want the top card. And he chose Death again. At that point, he said, I don't want the top card or the bottom card. I want the card in the middle. And that, too, was a Death card. At that point, she was found guilty, and she was burned at the stake. However, the fire got out of hand, and the entire town burned to the ground. You see, they believed that if they were looking for the Wheel of Fortune, and if all that they found was death, then what she was doing had to be the work of the devil. There was a time when magic and witchcraft were considered the same thing, and it wasn't until 1584 when Reginald Scott wrote The Discovery of Witchcraft, which had spells and charms in it, but also had magic tricks in it. And after that, that sort of was like the initial starting ground for all that stuff to sort of go off in separate directions. However, in regards to today, with the popularity of things like Harry Potter and other supernatural type TV shows and movies, I think a part of our, not just our brains, but our psychological makeup wants magic to be real, or at least feel real. Even though we know it's not real, we still want that feeling that what we're seeing is otherworldly. We've got basically the major arcana here, and I'll tell you what, Craig. Cut those wherever you want. Okay, and we'll come back to that in a moment. Also got a piece of paper, which we'll get to in a moment. Marking pen and a penny. I'll tell you what. Could you make some kind of mark on that penny? Just some kind of mark on it.
It doesn't matter what?
Doesn't matter what, yeah. So, what do you got? It's okay if you show it. No, it's okay if I see it.
You would.
You can see her smiley face. Okay, good. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to basically
We'll never know.
protect it in the. And you can feel the scotch tape is really on there. If you try to pull on that, you can feel it's in there on both sides pretty much. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to place that in, okay, and along with the slip of paper. All right. Also, could you take the tarot card? Do not look at it. Just put it in your pocket for later. Okay. Could you guard those? All right, so we've got all of this inside, and what's going to happen is we're going to close it, and it's key that it remains closed because I'll tell you what, I'll have you do this. I'm going to close it up. I want you to take it, and I want you to go hide it somewhere in the house. Don't open it back up. Just go hide it anywhere you want in the house, somewhere you'll be able to get to later. All right? Don't drop it down like a vent or anything like that. Somewhere you'll be able to go and get later.
He knows me too well.
Don't flush it down the
Exactly. Oh, that's okay. All right. So yeah, go hide it somewhere. Come back, and then you're going to close the door up. All right. So, all right. So now you've got the tarot card in your pocket. No one knows what it is. You've got the rest of them, so we won't go through them. You marked a coin, wrapped it up in tape, and now he's going to hide it. And when he comes back, he's also going to be basically the light master in a moment. Okay. So this is gonna be some kind of strange. You got it hidden? All right. Yes. Close the door.
You'll
You're
have
gonna
to
sit
move.
in that chair, and you're going to guard the door. All right. Going to guard the door. All right. Very good. All right. And now right behind you is the light switch. All right.
Okay.
No one move once this happens, all right? Hit the lights. Okay. Turn them on. Okay, no one move. Turn on the light. Hit the light. Hit the light. Go get the box. Now, while he's gone, I just want you to verify. Go ahead, pick up the coin. Go ahead, pick it up, and flip it over.
I think that's my face on it.
Now, just to clarify, that is your smiley face, right? That is definitely your smiley face.
Yes.
All right. All right. So when it comes up back, okay, was it in the same spot? All right. Look, inside, you'll see there is a piece of tape only. And a small message. I wrote, that's the sun. You have a tarot card in your pocket. Take it out.
Oh, that's wild. I was thinking about the sun earlier when she wrote
The sun.
Is it the sun? And that's the one you were thinking of?
It was an interesting, bit.
It was actually a lot of fun. Went into it with quite a bit of skepticism, as I'm sure most people do. But overall, it was actually a really good time. There were some aspects of it that, even being a skeptic and kind of picking apart everything, as I tend to do, Joe kind of leads you to believe that the things that are happening are actually happening, and they're pretty cool.
And you know the science behind how the stuff is supposed to work, how it really works. It kind of does suck a little of the fun out of it, but it was interesting. It was very entertaining. Yeah. You know what you're doing.
I do not practice witchcraft. I practice stagecraft. Now, I have friends who are Christian, friends who are Buddhist, and friends who are Wiccan. And my friends that practice witchcraft are not evil. They do not worship the devil. They are very positive people who were kind enough to share with me some of the symbols and meanings that are used in some of their rites and rituals. The first symbol is the moon, which represents the great goddess. The second symbol is the star, which is five-pointed and represents the five elements: earth, wind, fire, water, and spirit. And even as a skeptic myself, I have to admit that a symbol like that and its meaning does contain some power.